Genetics, the brain, and behavior. So, what is exactly genetics? Genetics is what makes you look like your parents and your relatives. It is something that every living person and organism on this big earth have in common. The key to genetics is DNA. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, and it is shaped like a twisted ladder called a double helix. The genetic instructions are within DNA. DNA is the roadmap to all life and organisms on Earth. So what does DNA do? It tells cells what they are made up of and what their function is. DNA is made up of 4 bases: adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. The order these 4 letters are in is what tells us what everything is, what you are, and who you are. It can be in any type of order. With a different order of these 4 bases, you could be a tomato, or have purple skin, or be a fish. Chromosomes contain DNA within them, along with many genes. Chromosomes are shaped like a fat X. Your genes inside your DNA decide whether you are a happy man with black hair, or a happy man with blonde hair, or maybe just no hair, or maybe some thick eyebrows, or a big nose, or your genes will give you a big body, or a really small body. Now, what is the brain? The brain is a complex organ that scientists still don't understand. The brain is separated into 4 lobes: the frontal lobe, the occipital lobe, the temporal lobe, and the parietal lobe. Your brain is the organism that lets you do many of your movements. It controls what you want to do and when you want to do it, like catching a ball. Or maybe giving an emotion of crying or being embarrassed. When your brain needs a break, you become sleepy. And in recent studies, they've realized that it helps get rid of toxins in your brain. In modern science, the understanding of the brain has changed many things, including the meaning of death, in history where people were believed to be dead when their heart stopped. But today, humans are not considered dead until they are brain dead. But what is behavior? It is something that is unique about everyone. It is what people use to define who we are. Behavior is a powerful thing, and it can affect your entire body. In recent studies, they have found people who are surrounded by overweight people will have a high chance of becoming overweight themselves. Another interesting fact about behavior is men with higher than average testosterone will receive happiness around people who are angry. So the brain, behavior, and genetics make up who someone is, but how are they tied to each other? Some examples of genetic mental disorders help us figure out the relationships they have. Colorblindness is a genetic trait that affects mostly males and gives mental and behavioral issues. Colorblindness makes it difficult to distinguish different colors, and the most common is red and green colorblind. It is genetically passed through a family. Here, purple shows the color blind, and females are carriers with purple next to them. Down syndrome is a dramatic effect on all 3, the brain, genetics, and behavior. Down syndrome is caused by an extra chromosome, chromosome 21. It causes growth delay and lower than average IQ. Everyone on Earth is unique with their own strengths and weaknesses, but our DNA is 99% the same as any other human. But that small 1% makes you who you are. There's not an exact identical person on Earth with the same genetics, brain, and behavior. So always remember, you are unique and have talents and strengths no one else on Earth has.